Well, today we've been celebrating 90 years of the life of a most wonderful human being, George Bizos, who left his country of birth as a boy, fled the Nazis and came to South Africa as a young man, not knowing the language, and has ended up as being one of the icons of South Africa. And I think that those 90 years have contained the narrative of a life which we should all know about. We should all take cognizance of. And I think within a South African context today, where there is a completely new generation who were not around in 1994 and who question what happened and possibly don't even know what happened and are unhappy about certain things, I think to come and see the story of George Bizos and what he struggled for with people and assisting people who struggled against apartheid and the tragedy of apartheid, and to see how he's overcome that and at 90 years old is still protecting those who are downtrodden, those who find themselves in very difficult circumstances, is an example for all.
It's so not good, to be in the company of such great elders, where you always being 74 and you're still the youngest in the room. So when I think about the Apartheid Museum, it's the history where we come from. We wanted to create a memorial, not to the bad times of apartheid, but to the triumph of the human spirit, to the indestructibility of the human spirit, to hope, to truth. And we managed to create that by giving the people an opportunity to see the past, see the present, and appreciate. And what thing moves me more is the number of young high school children who come every day, and when they walk through, and I ask one of the young girls, who's about 14, how did you feel? Says, Daddy, I know what Mom was talking about now.
It's a wonderful occasion because it brings lots of people, friends of Bizos, comrades, freedom fighters, together under one roof to be able to say to George Bizos while he's still alive, thank you, George, for your contribution. Thanks for what you did for all of us, and also thank you that you'll continue the struggle for freedom. So,
when the Master of Ceremonies said, after speeches were made about me, George will briefly address you. My good friend Arthur Chaskelson from our student days interrupted him and said, to say that George will be brief is a contradiction in terms. I was very surprised at how much material was gathered for what happened tonight. I have forgotten that I swam in the sea in the village that I was born in and was expelled from. Well, I went away as a refugee, but I didn't go back because I was refused citizenship and a passport in South Africa for over 30 years. So, to see wonderful photographs of my mother, my father, my village, myself talking, cross-examining witnesses. I think that the persons that put this on should really be congratulated. I really never expected such research into the background of my life. Unfortunately, my wife passed away less than a month ago after a 70-year marriage. And I was moved to see her as a bride in a few very good pictures taken at the time and enlarged. And it was, I didn't expect it, and I want to thank everyone that had anything to do with it to accept my thanks for the work that they did. And it's really a portion of the history of South Africa.
For more stories like these, go to www.mediums.